Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Sky-Byte, based on his appearance from the RID 2001 show. Man, what a show. Finally. I've wanted this figure for well, not this figure specifically. I've wanted a Sky-Byte figure for decades because he's the best thing ever. Like, he truly is. He is the best thing in RID 2001. Dude, he is so good and I love him, and I've always wanted a figure, but I never had one, and then they announced this one. I was like, yes! I must have Sky-Byte. And I will say this, he doesn't disappoint. Oh, wait, oops. He doesn't disappoint at all. He is not disappointing at all, but he's tall, dude, especially with the mohawk thing. He is super tall. But anyway, here he is, and I'm so happy with him because he's actually a really great figure. I've heard tales of the last one, which I think was Thrilling 30. Anyway, that one wasn't necessarily the best figure. I've heard the stories about that. Never owned the figure, obviously, but I have heard the stories, and now apparently this one is fantastic, which I agree with. But also, let's get into him then, shall we? Now, this is not, as people may think, an original design. Also, this guy's huge. But anyway, this is not an original design because just like everything, well, most everything in RID 2001, it was all just reused like Generation 1 and maybe even Beast Machines or Beast Wars. Like those designs again. So this guy actually has an origin, but everyone always forgets about that because Sky-Byte is just awesome. Anyway, here we are. Let's take a look at that beautiful head sculpt. Maybe a little bit too high with the camera. There you go. But here we got the nice, he's going like that. We got the nice red eyes, the golden face, the mohawk, obviously the silver and blue. But this thing is actually really tall. Then after that, you also have a bunch of like details here on the shoulder pads as well. That came separate in the box. All you have to do is just attach them. The day, not that difficult to do. Same thing actually for the fins on the back, and I've seen all images that have him basically have the fins out. I was thinking maybe you're supposed to like fold them in, but they all have them out. So, but anyway, these things also come loose in the package. This is where they go, so that is nice. You actually have to like cut them off of the things that they're attached to, which is a little bit annoying. Then after that, we got the nice little chest here with, I guess, the shark mode right there, but not really. But still, a face right there. You got the 4-pack. He's got like a 4-pack down there as well. This guy likes to work out. You got the nice hand that is just a claw basically, and you got the other hand that is literally just a hand for holding weaponry. Then after that, you got the nice legs here. You got the nice bottom legs as well. The feet that are basically just the shark mouth, spoiler warning, bottom jaw and all that stuff. And as I already showed off, this is what he looks like from the back, basically just the shark head and the sides on the back. But overall, you know what, he is not as kibbly as I initially thought that he was going to be, looking at the fact that, you know, he does turn into a shark, and I was expecting more kibble stuff, but he doesn't. And even in shark mode, he doesn't have a lot of kibble. So let's move you out of the way so we can talk about the weapon that he comes with, and that is this thing right here. We got this yellow like missile launcher or something like that. That obviously he can just hold in his hand if you want to, and he can shoot, or if you want to actually store this away. Now this is also for vehicle mode, but I think I'll just show it off right now. And that is if you want to join me at the back here and open up this. In here, I don't know if you can see that all that well, but there are those two things right there that can slide straight into here. So basically what you want to do, you want to take this. Very difficult to see. So, give me a minute here. My goodness, that was tough to get in there, but here it is. There you go. You can store it in there. It's just really difficult to get, like, a grip on it and stuff like that. Let me just fold this back up, kind of like so. But there you go. You can kind of just store the weapon away if you want to. Oh, that took a lot out of me. I even had to look it up to see if I was doing things right, because I know that it can store in there. It's just like, was I wrong? But no, it's just really difficult to get a grip on things. Anyway, with that being said, let's move then straight into the articulation segment. So starting off, the head is on a ball joint, so you can look up and down all the way around, wee bit of side to side. Arms can rotate. Also, you can move the shoulder pads all the way out the way, so you can rotate the arms. However, then also you gotta move this a bit out of the way in order to be able to get the arm to fully rotate. But still, you got in and out, a bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow, and also a rotation at the hand. I think actually maybe on the original figure this was like a spinny gimmick, but no, it's not. But anyway, yeah, he's got a claw hand, so not really much else. But still, lot of articulation, actually. The fact that it can spin, that's usually what a hand can do as well. This thing can also spin, which is really the only other thing is there. I mean, you got the bicep rotation, the elbow joint. So then the waist is rotate the waist like so. You can also move the leg forward, move the leg backwards, move it in and out to thigh rotation, bend at the knee all the way almost. And then also the feet, they can actually go down, at least the front, but that is for transformation purposes. But you do have ankle tilts, boys, so he has a lot of articulation, but this is not the mode where the articulation is just crazy, because that is actually the next mode. That is definitely where the crazy articulation is at. So then, with that being said, let's go straight into SAS comparison. Now, before we get into it fully, I will disappoint you guys right now. I, first of all, did not grab any of my RID 2001 figures, because the only one that I have that is not necessarily going to be mentioned here is X-Brawn, and I didn't really feel like transforming him. But also, I don't have a lot of RID 2001 figures, because I don't have the HasLab. So, all I have are these two. So here he is with Sideburn and Scourge. I think that was actually his name. Now I'm starting to doubt, but I'm going to call you Scourge for now. But anyway, here he is with two of them. The only other two that have been released in the modern edition of the Transformers for the RID figures. And also with the exception, obviously, for Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime or Omega Prime, but I ain't got that one, so yeah, it's a little bit of a sad story. I'm still crying at night every time. But still, anyway, here they are together. Look at how tall he is. This is a leader. This is a Voyager. Like, look at how tall he is. He is so much taller than Scourge right there. My goodness, what a beast. What a beast, boys. So let's get these two out of here. And since I have nothing else to offer you guys, let's pull you in closer so we can get into that transformation. So let's get this guy transformed with a very interesting transformation. So what you want to start off with is you want to basically take these. I like to rotate them with this stuff forward, but rotate this around like so. There you go. After that, what you want to do, you can just fold in these things. This one always likes to fold in for some reason. Then after that, what you want to do is you want to basically untap the head from in here and just get this all the way over to the back. We'll deal more with this later on, but we just... Oh, the gun fell out. But anyway, we just need to free up some room so we can work on the arms where we want to just untab it. This one is actually a lot looser tabbed in. On mine, this also likes to very much untab. I've heard some people get those complaints. This thing just doesn't want to go. Anyway, you want to slide this bad boy up, rotate it out, and then rotate it around so that the hole is here. And also, obviously, rotate this so that it's sitting like this. Actually, no. You want to rotate it so that the hole is downward. Sorry, I thought I was holding a little bit differently. Then afterwards, you want to obviously slide this thing down, rotate this in as well, fold in the fist, and then rotate it around. And then I think you can see what needs to happen here, and that is the fact that the big fist is going to fist that hole while this tab goes into that slot as well. So basically, you want to take these two things and align them perfectly so that this can all tap together like so. There we are. Make sure everything is straight in here. There you go. But there you go. You got that whole thing now taken care of. After that, what you want to do is you can fold in the feet. Fold up the feet. And also, after that, you can take these two things. And here you got some tabs. So tab these together because they are eventually going to form the bottom jaw once we are at the shark head. I have always been known as a little bit of a goofball, but you don't want to tab these two together yet, because I actually forgot you're supposed to just untab it down here and then Combiner Wars the leg a bit. So just untab it and Combiner Wars it. And also there's a tab here that goes to that slot there, but you basically want to Combiner Wars this bad boy in. I was like, why is it not fitting? It's like, oh, right, I forgot that you had to do that. Now you can tab the lower jaw together like so, and now everything can align. But first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on these things, and that is the fact you want to rotate them so that they are facing the back. And then you have a tab here, it's gonna slide into the slot right there, and also a tab here that is gonna slide into the slot right there. So basically you want to collapse this whole thing around itself and around each other, and also these two are gonna tap together as well. So basically just hope and pray by the grace of everything that everything here is aligned. There we go, done. There you go. All of this has been lined up. After that, what you want to do here is you want to come in here, and in the back here you got some tabs with some slots. So you want to basically take this and just tab this whole thing together Let me get everything out of the way to give you guys a better view. Tab it in on both sides. One side is now in, the other side just doesn't want to... there you go. I heard the clicking, and then you can obviously fold down the mouth right now. Rotate these things so that they are facing the side, obviously, to get them out of the way as well. But we'll deal with that in a minute, because now we need to deal with the shark head. Oh, okay. I was looking for tabs, but there are no tabs. It's just these circular bits in here are gonna slide around this circular bit. So basically, you want to just take this, fold it in like so. Actually, what you can also do is fold the feet down a little bit and then slide it in. That way you still have access to the mouth area. There you go, but this is how you do it. There we are. Also, like I said, rotate these things to the side, and then you can slide these bad boys in to finish off the shark mode, and then kind of also get everything a bit more aligned here. Where did I go wrong with you, my friends? For some reason, things weren't really aligning with this guy, so I had to kind of redo this whole piece. But for now, it has aligned. As you can see, you basically want to get this lined up and tabbed in. And then here we have good old Sky-Byte in his fish mood. So here we have Sky-Byte in his shark mood. And overall, you know what? For a transforming shark, he doesn't look all that bad. Yes, you know, he's got like the chest still here and all that stuff. But to be honest, he doesn't look all that bad. I am very happy with this mode. And this mode has a big surprise as well that we could talk about in a little bit as well. But that's not yet. Anyway, so let's take a closer look. You got the face right here. Also, by the way, this for me today actually is a double feature of the Sky Boys. Because there's Sky Warp, the Gamer Edition figure that I reviewed. I'm actually recording that today. Just finished recording that one, and now I'm doing Sky-Byte, which yeah, so it's the Sky Day anyway. But yeah, you got the nice face here as well. Look at that. You got the mouth that can open, obviously bottom of the feet, but these can open. And to be honest, it doesn't really look all that bad with its mouth open. You know, sometimes, you know, when you open up a mouth or something like that, you get like the robot guts inside, but here you don't really get that, which I'm a big fan of. But also that is because of the weapon storage that we'll get to later on. But then you got the nice details here on the side as well. Look at all these nice little details. He looks so good. You got the nice details here as well, mechanical details. I love the way that this thing looks, and then even the tail doesn't look all that bad. Also, a little bit of an articulation that I forgot about was this. You can actually move this up and down if you want to. During robot mode, I said that all you can really do is rotate, but you can also fold this up and down. Just wanted to mention that. But overall, still a very nice looking shark mode, even though he has that. And I love how the head is just tucked in here, and the mohawk has just turned into the top fin. Love that stuff. They actually went all out with this figure, and I cannot be happier about that. So then let us take a look at the weapon storage. Now obviously you can still technically put this thing here at the top, but if you want him to shoot things, there are two tabs here at the bottom. They're going to slide into the two slots right there in his mouth, and you can just take this, put that in there, close the mouth up, and bam boys, here you go. You can do this if you want to. And that is actually pretty cool. But then let's go into the articulation segment, because this thing actually has more articulation than I thought. So what you can do is you can lower the mouth, and what I never expected it to do is this. Look at that. They even actually had a detail. So you can kind of put him down in that way where he was in like the show where I actually don't know how to do that one, but you can kind of just put him down. Also, the tail can actually move side to side as well as it is designed because of both of the elbow joints, and I love that. But I guess you can do something like this or something like that, you know, you can do that. Also, you can kind of rotate the arms in here, as you can see. So yeah, you can rotate the arms like so without breaking anything, and then put it backwards to have him like this. But you can do this. I never expected him to be able to have this type of articulation. Obviously you can't necessarily stand him up, but like I never expected him to have this type of articulation, to be honest. You know, I love the fact that he can do all of that. He's got a lot of tail articulation. When I first did that, I was like, what? You can do that? Oh my god, this is so cool. The fact that they were able, because normally these beast modes are just basically bricks in that sense. You got a little bit of motion here and there. Also, this thing can technically rotate, but let's just use these like front paws. You can like basically move them forward and back and call it a day. So the fact that they were able to use the elbow joints in order to have the tail go like this, but also the fact that the arms can actually move to the side in order to be able to, also this sometimes will be unpacked, but in order to be able to have even more articulation like that is just insane, dude. Like I said before, they really went all out with the power of Sky-Byte, and the fact that they even had it so that you can do this as well, which is actually from the show. I forgot how he did it because I haven't watched the show in a long time, but they got added detail in here. That is so cool. Like, this thing is so cool. I love this thing. Is it perfect? Yes, probably. Yeah, it is. I will say this. Anyway, let us move then straight into the next segment, which is SAS comparison. So starting off, you know what? I think we'll start off with Kit from Knight Rider. I need a starting point, and I guess we'll do it like this because we don't have a lot of size comparisons because, you know, I don't have a lot of these figures, but here he is with Kit from Knight Rider. Once again, you can scare him. But yeah, you can do that. But anyway, move you out of the way to bring in the RID squad. So here we got Sideburn and Scourge together with Sky-Byte. And man, do they look too good together. Big fan of the way that they look together. Oh, I really want more. I just want more, okay? I want more figures from RID. But to be honest, we already got Peak. We already got the best thing ever, who is also the best thing ever. I can now understand what people meant when they said that this thing blows all other Sky-Bytes out of the water because of how beautiful this figure is. Let's get these guys out of here. Pull you in a bit closer and let us get back to that robotic mood. So time to get you back into your robotic mood. So what you want to start off with, obviously, is, let's see here, we're going to start off with this, where it's a little bit of a difficult segment, but you want to basically come in here and undo this so that you can kind of slide this out because it is on a slider. So you want to slide this out and rotate it out of the way. Come on, there you go. Rotate it out of the way. So slide this here out and rotate it up and out of the way. We'll get back to that one probably later. After that, what you want to do is you want to take the shark head and untab it from the... Oh, no, wait, it's still tabbed in. Actually, you know what? We'll do this first, just in case we're doing things wrong here. You want to come in here, and you want to untab these pieces here from the side in here to get that out of the way. And now, I guess we can just hopefully be able to untab this here. It is a strong tab, dude. It very much is a really strong tab. Oh my god, that tabs in so securely. But there you go. Anyway, move this out to the side, move this up, and there you go. We got the back done. After that, what you can do is split the legs, rotate this down, and get this in place. So rotate it down, and there's actually a tab here that slides into the slot there. So you want to just push that in like so, fold up the feet and click it into place, and there we got a pair of feet done. Time to get to the top. So what you want to do with the top is you want to split this up and fold out this. Then afterwards you want to rotate this off to the side, and then after that what you want to do, actually, you know, we need to kind of it's a little bit difficult because of the floppiness, but anyway, what you want to do is you want to slide this thing down, and then you can tap that side into place. Once again, too high with the camera. Anyway, you want to slide this backwards and then tab it into place. So this one goes this way, that one goes that way. And there you go. Now that whole thing is tabbed into place. Now really all we need to do is just focus on this part here. So what you want to do is you want to basically get... Okay. I didn't want to pull you off, but I guess that's just how we're going to do things today, isn't it? There you go. But anyway, what you want to do is you want to basically push this up and bend it down on this joint here so that you can get this completely in there. After that, what you want to do is you want to rotate these things to form the shoulder pads. Come to the back side here, get this out of the way, and then also rotate in that. But then you can just lift this up like so, and then there are tabs here on the side that are going to slot into the head right there. You got the slot right there. So basically you want to just take this and just slide these two into place if you want to, obviously. And then after a little bit of finicky stuff, get everything straightened out, obviously. Fold down the shoulder pads. Also, a little thing here, there are two tabs in the back there that are going to slide into his back. On mine, they don't really want to sit together. I mean, I got one side, the other side just does not want to work at all. Like, this side just does not want to go in. But you can tab it in like there. And then afterwards, now I need to get everything back to normal. But then here, after a little bit, trust me on this one, we have the power of Sky-Byte back into his robotic mute. So then, final thoughts of Sky-Byte. What do I think about him? Well, I love him. I do. I think he's overall great. Now also fold these pieces here out. But anyway, my little issue is small things here and there for transformation. Certain things not necessarily working all that well for me. Like, for example, getting the back tab in. That is a bit of an annoyance. I had to do all of my power, use everything that I have. Even a piece of it kind of like broke off when I was pushing it in. Oh my god. I don't even know where that is from, but whatever. Anyway, overall, I think he's great. Do I recommend him? Oh, absolutely yes. I think he's a great figure. And also, I recommend watching the show so that you know why he is also a fantastic character. But that has been my review of Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Robots in Disguise 2001 or car robots. Sky-Byte! Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!